there is a huge gaping hole over there, guys, and that was the last firecracker. Did it win? Let's go ahead and find out. Look at the beautiful November Thanksgiving smoke. I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving, by the way. Welcome back, everybody, to another awesome experimental video where today we're going to be trying a whole bunch of different fireworks here to see if they are capable of opening these locks right here. Now, at the beginning, of course, I just showed you that you always need the key for a lock in order for it to open. However, just because I don't always feel that that's absolutely necessary, we're going to try the snappers right here, and we're going to move on to, of course, as I just said, the larger fireworks. We've got the micro doom boom right here. We've got a couple of them. These are pretty big in size, and they're definitely really loud. And then we've also got an M80 firecracker, so I don't know how that's going to do. We're going to have to find out. Along with 3 Trueno Spanish crackers right here, they each have different fuses. The larger Trueno red Spanish cracker right there, and then we've got a 20-gram larger white Trueno Spanish cracker that's reinforced with the string. Now, all 5 of these firecrackers right here, in case you guys didn't know, are Spanish fireworks. And some of you may know Spain does not mess around with their fireworks. We have also got a larger fat firecracker, which I don't know what this is, but it should be pretty good. And actually, comparing that to size, guys, the firecracker is bigger than the lock itself, so we're gonna have to see how that does. Speaking of firecrackers that are larger than the lock themselves, we've got a extra large quarter stick firecracker right here. I have no idea how that's going to do. And then we've got the traditional M80 firecracker with the fuse coming out the side that many of you guys love. And then we've got the half stick firecracker, which is a lot louder and definitely bigger. So we're gonna find out today if the key is required to unlock the locks. Okay, so now I am going to set the lock down, just probably right there for now. And now I've got this box of snappers right here, which I'm gonna take out of the bag. Nice crinkly noise, right? Now, guys, I am going to throw the popper and try to break open this lock. They're not popping. Okay, maybe this one will work. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, so this time I'm gonna place the lock flat down. This snapper should be able to break this lock open, no problem. Oh! Alright, here we go. I keep missing for some reason. I'm gonna try that one more time, I promise. That was awesome. Okay, guys, so now let's try the micro doom boom. And I'm gonna have to grab my lighter for this one. Alright, so I'm gonna lay the firecracker on top of the lock, as you can see. And this guy should be able to get the lock open. Oh. Oh my gosh, I think it broke it. Yeah, and on second thought, it is still locked. So let's go ahead and grab some heavier artillery. Speaking of artillery, there's a little bit of smoke in the air from that. Well, there you have it. With the lock standing up, it doesn't quite work as well. So now let's go ahead and try facing it on top of the lock like this. There we go. All right, micro doom boom. Yeah, guys, there's actually a little scorch mark on the lock right there. I don't know if you can see it, but given how the mathematics play out, the metal is probably dented ever so slightly. Okay, guys, now let's go ahead and try the M80 firecracker next. This is going to be insane right here. All right, here is the M80 firecracker, guys, and now we're gonna see if it breaks open the lock. Oh my goodness, there is a ton of smoke. Oh, guys, let's go ahead and see if the lock has survived. And to my surprise, there is a whole bunch of burn marks around it. And I think I could even draw a small smiley face with my finger. Look at that. You can even see some shrapnel right here from the M80 firecracker. So let's go ahead and move on and get this lock open. That made a ton of smoke. That was gorgeous. Next up, guys, we got the Spanish crackers to try next. So let's go ahead and see how this one does. Now that I've managed to squeeze this fat firecracker right into here, we're gonna go ahead and see if this is capable of opening the lock. And I have no clue. Fuse on there is a lot thicker and bigger. Here goes the Trueno Spanish cracker. Look at that, guys. That was insane. Yeah, and speaking of the mass damage that it did around the lock, we're not quite seeing a whole lot on the lock itself. And yeah, one thing's for sure, it is still locked and intact. These master locks seem to be working pretty well. But just how well might you say if we place the Spanish cracker on top of the lock and see if it provides a different force distribution? That is a big Chungus Spanish cracker. Let's see how that does. Well, it's kind of next to the lock, so I'm gonna back away a bit. Yeah, so that definitely made a decently sized mushroom cloud right there. Yeah, and upon looking for this lock, I cannot find it anywhere. Okay, so the lock has been obliterated, at least because I can't find it anymore. But that's perfectly okay, guys, because now we can try a larger Trueno Spanish cracker. And this time we're gonna absolutely make sure that it stays put. All right, guys, we've got a massive firecracker on top of the lock, so let's see how it does now. I could not help but laugh every single time that happens. And according to all of the land that has been destroyed around the lock, it seriously makes you wonder just how the lock survived right here. Which in fact it did, so let's go ahead and move on. That is a ton of smoke. So we've got the 20-gram Trueno Spanish cracker, but before we do that, we're gonna try the firecracker that is as big as the lock. So no big deal, we're gonna take the big firecracker, place it on top of the lock just like so. And normally I'd be placing the firecracker in between those wedges, but this just cannot fit. And on second thought of doing this, I would be placing it under the lock, just like so, but then the problem is I lose the lock and I can't find it. Hopefully you are understanding of that, and let's go ahead and see how this does. That is a huge firecracker. That was absolutely insane. Yeah, that is a ton of paper that has been unraveled, and usually the smaller the pieces are, the louder it was. So upon taking a look at the lock, guys, it has been shoved down inside of there. Not only this, but the lock looks slightly bent now. So as if that wasn't enough, we're gonna go ahead and try something else. And now for the moment you guys have all been waiting for, we have got the 20-gram Trueno Spanish cracker right here. Speaking of Trueno, what makes this even more epic is that this translates to thunder in Spanish. And now we are going to apply some thunder to this master lock right here. King-size Trueno Spanish cracker. This should be epic. What just happened? Wow. There is pieces of confetti everywhere. Yeah, this lock has still managed to survive. I am absolutely impressed. We're gonna need some nuclear tactics now. Look at the beautiful November Thanksgiving smoke. I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving, by the way. Yeah, it looks like we're on a limited supply now of artillery, so let's go ahead and see if this does any good right here. And depending on if it does or doesn't, we will see if we're gonna light off that extra red one right there. That is a loud plane in the sky. Oh my gosh, that white firework was huge. This lock will not crack at all. Or will it? Time to find out in 3, 2, 1. That sound is really scary. Whoa. I'd say that's definitely a lot of smoke right there. Did the lock survive? Oh my goodness, guys, the lock is still here and it barely looks like it has been damaged. On second note, there's the weird melted plastic plug, and this lock is a fighter. Well, there you have it, a nice big red firecracker, and we are not going to be playing games anymore with this lock right here. This should be absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. Oh no, guys, I don't think I can find the lock. Is that it? Guys, the lock has been implanted inside the mud. That is a ton of force very quick. And I do have to say, guys, this lock is a fighter because upon further inspection, although it may be dusty, it performs quite well. I think we're gonna need to start splitting some atoms now. By the way, this mud is disgusting right here. All right, guys, so we've got 3 more fireworks left. This one is the half stick. We've also got the flare to try and weaken the firework. And then we have got the full stick Trueno right here. This is the king of all kings. But I have an idea that I'm willing to try, and I think I can manage to get that lock open. Now we've got the red flare wedged between the 2 prongs of the lock, as you guys can see. So hopefully there will be some hope in getting this lock open. Look at that. I love to see it as it just bends around that lock. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, so there's the green flame. Yeah, that stinks really bad. And now if you guys look for a second, the lock is right next to it. So hopefully that should start glowing red hot. Oh yeah, that is a nice hot green flame. I'm gonna kind of move that just a little bit. There we go, yeah, look at that. That should start getting really hot. Hee, I cannot wait to try this when this is done. Look at that lock getting scorched. Uh-oh, it fell. That's okay. I think I'm gonna probably leave it alone now. There we go, guys. I repositioned the flare. As you can see, that lock is getting some justice. Oh, yes. Wow. Starting to crackle and pop a little. So that's a good sign. Oh yeah, that was a nice burn, guys, and take a look at all the smoke that produced. If you guys think I was standing here for about 10 seconds, that probably took a good 2 minutes or so, I'd say. Upon looking at that lock, it looks like somebody spit their gum all over it, and I do not want to dare touch that metal. Listen to that weird noise. Yeah, guys, the lock is smoking so badly. I think I'm gonna let it cool down just a little bit because I do not want to be placing a big firecracker on top of something that's really hot. The rules are simple, guys. If this lock right here is capable of withstanding these 2 last firecrackers, I am proclaiming the master lock right here the winner. However, if the larger brown master Trueno firecracker can manage to break open the lock along with the half stick, we're gonna know that for sure. The rules are simple, and the game starts now. I don't know, do you think that the lock survived? Let's go ahead and find out. And upon furtherly inspecting the lock, I don't think it's anywhere to really be seen. Or is it now? This lock is still incredibly hot. Oh my gosh, I do not want to be touching that. So what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna let the lock settle for just a bit. Admire that nice mushroom cloud right there that's been dissipated. We will try the firecracker of all firecrackers, and then finally see if the lock still opens with the key right there. Normally I'd be laughing whenever I light off a firework, but this thing right here is gonna cause mass destruction. If this lock manages to survive, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing after this video. Without any further ado, we've got the extra large king-size Trueno Spanish cracker. Will the lock right there survive? I don't think so, but we're about to find out in 3, 2, 1. This is really scary. Oh my gosh. There is a huge gaping hole over there, guys, and that was the last firecracker. Did it win? Let's go ahead and find out. No way. I think I can see the lock implanted inside of there. I'm just about to reveal to you guys if that lock has been broken. But before I do that, guys, if you love fireworks and you know you love fireworks by heart and you love your nation more than your life and you would count on celebrating your freedom every single day if you could, then be sure to subscribe and like this video and give it a thumbs up. After that being said, let's go ahead and see what happened. Yeah, guys, that lock has been shoved inside that mud. Now I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it off here. Now, upon further inspection, guys, the label has been completely shredded off of there. And maybe upon some other further inspection that this lock has seen better days. I cannot believe, guys, that even a full stick firecracker can manage to open this lock right here. Moment of truth, will I be able to open this lock right here with the key still? Let's find out. Okay, so it is really tough to insert the key. Oh my gosh, guys, I managed to fit the key in there. Oh, no way. No way, guys, the key still works with this lock. It's safe to say, guys, that as many of you think that firecrackers will just ruin your day, all of our security out there in the world is still helpful. That was absolutely crazy. Bunch of debris all over my jacket, and yet the lock still managed to survive.